All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is time to end our Super Monkey Ball block. Because here with me, once more, I am your esteemed host, Tempest Mask 1000, and it is time to pass it on over to Helix 13 with all courses, warps, rolled out. Take it away, my friend.
Hey, I forgot the underscore. It's Helix 13 underscore. It's important because Helix 13 is somebody else.
This is very true. Helix 13 underscore.
I am not alone, however. With me, I have another fantastic runner of this video game.
Hello, I'm Mistop, she, they.
My pronouns are they, them. Always important. Anyway, as I said, this is rolled out. This is a game in early access, a very new, modern indie marble roller. Lots of words. This was made by some people who formerly did some stuff for the Monkey Ball community, taking inspiration from that, from some other marble games, and it's really everything I could want from a marble roller. Do be aware it is in early access. The game will only get better from here, and it's already pretty darn good. But without further ado, which character are we playing as?
Come on.
I think chat's efforts to get a support train going has officially paid off. It is indeed, with $121, Morris the Rat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go,
What
Morris.
a good war.
Morris gang, rise up.
We get the funny rat. So this is the only character in the game who actually makes noises currently. So you get those as well. So we're doing all courses. That is to say, all 3 courses here in arcade mode. We are taking warp goals, which are goals that skip a few stages. Well, green goals skip 1 stage, red goals skip 2. You'll see them pretty soon here. We are going to be starting with Cozy. I think that's all there is to it. Op, do you want to count me down?
Sure thing. I can, if we're ready on time.
Oh, one more thing, real quick, is all characters in this game also use they, them pronouns. So, Morris the Rat, they, them pronouns. I don't know if you're referring to the characters. I like that. It's some non-binary representation. It's nice.
Agreed. All right, well, timer is ready, so whenever you are, let's get this show on.
All right. Awesome, Helix. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Get rolling.
Just like the Super Monkey Ball 2 Community Pack 1.5 HD run, you are going to see me move diagonally quite a bit. That is called boosting. I just slowed down a little bit there. I was going to hit the goalpost. Yeah, you accelerate faster when you move diagonally. That's basically all there is to it. Nice little stage here. I'm going to basically skip the entire thing. That's going to be a theme throughout this game. I'm going to give myself some lives, even though I probably don't need them. There is still a sort of a debug button in the game that you can use to just give yourself some lives, which is kind of neat. Even if I were to run out of lives, it wouldn't actually matter, because I could continue in free play with essentially infinite lives. But, yeah. Gonna abuse the bump there to launch myself into the air.
And that's one of the, if you were listening to the Cyclops thing earlier, the task showcase, sorry, there was the talk about how collision works in that game and how it registers once every frame, every 60 frames per second. The collision, and you can just kind of roll over horizontal planes sometimes. That doesn't happen in this game, thankfully. It was fixed. So them using the bump on the side of Handshake there to get over it a little bit quicker is something that's much more consistent in this game than it ever was in its Monkey Ball counterpart.
Exactly. Oh, okay. So this goal that I'm going for right now is a warp goal. It was not actually intended to even be possible. Oh, that was terrible. I need to... Well, one, I'm going back here so that this arrow is in a good cycle. As you can see, it's moving up and down. We want it to be as low as possible. This looks good.
That's it.
In there. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, like I said, not intended to be possible, but it turns out it's very, very barely RTA viable. And that skips 2 levels. You can tell it's a red goal because it had red particle effects. But yeah, Cozy is basically the beginner category, so to speak. There are 25 levels in it. Of those we play, I believe 21. Oh, that was scary. We are not taking this warp pole because we are actually taking the warp pole in the next stage, up jump. I'm gonna use focus mode for this. Op, if you want to explain a little bit about what that is.
Yeah, absolutely. So in earlier Monkey Ball games, you had the ability to essentially pause buffer, which means you could pause and unpause a game and input inputs on those buffered frames. So you could do tight wire adjustments a heck of a lot easier just by pause buffering the game. In Rolled Out, there's a pause limiter. There's a 1 second time between each pause you do. So the focus meter slows down your movement, but not the timer, allowing you to make those finite movements, but just without the pause buffering.
Exactly. And the coins that I collect will give me more focus meter. That is the meter directly to the left of the minimap. I didn't do the strat here. I want to do the strat.
Boosted brushstroke?
Oh,
Boosted brushstroke is real.
game is lagging. Game, please. What is your problem? Why is it doing this to me again? Why do I have terrible marathon luck with this game and, like, lag? Absolute worst case scenario, I'll have to stop streaming on Discord.
Yeah, of course.
Which is unfortunate, but it's okay. We got DLC. Hopefully someone can give you the link.
Yeah, I'll boot up VLC right now, actually.
It doesn't get any better. But in the meantime, we're into the Candy Factory with what is probably my favorite music in the game.
Oh, it's up there.
Got a really good erosion, by the way. I was really
Wow,
lucky to get that.
55-308, yeah.
Yeah.
How you know that?
Also got conveyor belt skip.
It's
Good to see.
New function, or?
I don't have it practiced.
Or...
You can get a 56, like 0.3 on function relatively consistently.
It's absurd.
It's pretty wild.
This is definitely the category that's been put through the most already in this game.
Well, yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop streaming on Discord. The game is angry at me.
Oh,
Should it stop lagging now, though?
To get a VLC code from someone.
Yeah. Luckily, anything I probably need you to explain, you can do without looking at the screen, so it's okay. Gumballs is a really tricky level. I found a pretty consistent setup for it, but that one can... There are a variety of options there that can happen. Variety of strats you can do as well. Also on Sidestep, which was a couple levels ago at this point, I basically abused collision to get a clip from like an edge and just sort of skip the entire level. Speaking of skipping the entire level, I'm going to roll onto one of those pistons, use it to boost me in the air, jump over the whole level. Here's Cane Wall, so I'm going to go for a really fast cycle here, and there it is.
Yeah.
That's
how we're
crazy.
looking at
524. 524. It's given how much time I spent on Tube, that's not too bad.
Honestly, that's not bad at all.
I think my PB is a 424.
PB is a 424,
Why am I going
world
back?
record is a 423.
Are you ready?
By you have the world record.
Yeah. World record, you see it.
Clear.
We are into Standard. Standard and Challenge I've played a bit more than Cozy.
Ready?
I actually did do a huge Cozy grind for a while. Going after world record, I held it for about an hour before Op bopped me back.
I'm so sorry.
But it was worth it. I got way better at Cozy. Also, this strat's really hard. I'm going for Springs IL.
Don't forget
Can you-
lives.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Alright.
I'm going for Springs IL. I have to be in, like, the perfect position here. This might not work. Yeah. It's not normally this hard. Luckily, my estimate is extremely lenient. This should work. Oh, not quite. You get the idea.
Well, it's called IL for a reason.
Exactly. For those who don't know what that is, IL stands for individual level.
Let's get
When I say an IL strat, that means it's the strat that we use to finish the level as quickly as possible. So like super risky strats that we don't normally do in RTA runs, full game runs.
But the payoff then is that they save an obscene amount of time.
start.
Oh yeah, lots of them are just ridiculous.
Finish.
54-5 Warrior, that was really good.
Wow.
Are you ready? Start.
Also, you probably have noticed that I am not
Finish.
really in a ball. I'm in a shape.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. There's lots of different shapes you can use. They all have sphere-based collision, so they're completely visual. They don't actually affect gameplay at all,
Set. Get
which is awesome. That would be really weird. That is a green goal there on Jade Drop. So we're going to skip level 8, which would be flat,
ready.
and go to Farflung. This strat is really cool. As you saw in Springs, these orange things are, well, springs, and I completely missed it. What I'm trying to do there is use these springs, hit one, launch into the other off of it, and then just sort of fly over the level and into the goal. That is about a second faster.
Set. Roll.
On obstacles, you used to be able to jump over this wall, but that was patched out, which is fine, because I think...
Thank
um,
goodness.
I think actually playing this level was way more fun. We're out of Tranquility and into Desert Ruins.
Set. Start. Clear.
We're gonna see quite a few warps in Desert Ruins, the first one being touch activation.
Start.
Gonna hold upright at a specific time here, that'll get me some favorable collision. Perfect. Hop onto the top layer of the level, and the warp goal is behind me. This is a green goal, this will skip level 13. We are on to level 14, which is Ballsy Bounce. There is actually a hidden goal on this level. Can you guess where it is? If you guessed inside the pyramid, you were correct. Congratulations, you win absolutely nothing.
What?
Are you ready?
Yo, what the what?
Mhm. Onto Squiggly. There was quicksand there, so I played as much of the level as I could off of the quicksand.
Let's get ready.
The quicksand actually slows me down. Because, you know, it's sand. It's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating, it gets everywhere. Oh, I barely missed that. That's unfortunate.
Are you at least loving the level?
Yes, I do, in fact, love this level. It was
Perfect.
correct.
Ready?
That is what we're looking for.
Get rolling.
Dead Impact, I'm gonna kind of ignore the entire level here and just fall directly into the goal.
Clear.
Like so.
Let's get ready.
So, we're on to jumpy options now. I'm gonna try to take this red goal, but it's very difficult.
Good luck.
First try. Incredible. That was so good.
Wow.
Let's get ready. Start.
Now we have sticky floors. These also slow you down, but they're sticky, as you can see. When I'm on them, I stick to them. But when I hop off of them, gravity returns back to normal, and I can use this to do a few skips, save almost a second.
Ready. Set. Get rolling.
And I'm supposed to do something similar on Carve 2, but I'm just not going to. I'm just going to completely ignore the sticky floors entirely. Drop straight into the goal.
Are you ready?
We're now onto Winding Wafers. I am going to go to a specific spot, jump off like this, end up on a different part of the level, and now I'm going to go into this warp goal. And skip a level.
Ready.
Twisting Path is... I'm going to go for a kind of ridiculous strat that
I
sort of
believe.
skips over this first portion. Whoa, I got a weird Zorb. I'm fine? Yeah, I'm fine. Awesome, okay. The ending wasn't clean, but like, who cares?
I mean, it's a 48 versus a 32.
Exactly. Alright. Need the red goal here on Triple Decker. Gonna use focus mode to help me balance on this rail.
Clear.
Beautiful. Onto windmills. Gonna wait about half a second, a little over. Then make my move. Bounce, bounce, goal.
Clear.
That's it for Candy Factory and
Are
Standard.
you ready?
Now the game introduces wind, which will push me up on this level. So, because it makes me fall very slowly, by pushing me up, I actually jump off first and try to fall as far as I can before entering the wind.
Get ready.
And that was basically a perfect attempt. Isle strat here on return. It's simply easily the fastest way to beat the level, and it is consistent enough to do in runs. See, second try's not bad at all. That saves 5-6 seconds. It's absolutely worth it. Like, even though I failed it once, it probably went about even.
Clear.
Last one's kind of free.
Ready, set, start.
I'm going to use the second cube on Cubic Crossing to bounce me
Clear.
over the last portion of the stage. 27,100 is a really fast time for that level.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Set,
Yeah.
get rolling.
On Cubic Crossing? Yeah, that's wow.
Also, the lag is gone, so I guess this game doesn't like it when I screen share to Discord. Oh well.
It's all good, I got the RTMP up.
Glad to hear it.
Ready,
I figured you were starting to say things. I think we have time for a quick donation.
Awesome. Well, we did get a couple of coming in from Hollow Hero giving $5, saying, I know you told me not to donate any more money, but I'm a rebel who simply cannot be tamed. Best of luck to my favorite rolled outer heart. And we got
It's for a good cause. You can keep going on. One more.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also got a $10 donation from Rubicante. The polyhedron you're in is a dodecahedron, which is the only one of the platonic solids to have pentagons for faces. Also, rat.
are you ready?
Interesting.
Sure.
Rad. So this level's gonna kill the bitrate. Just this texture, which was very important to add because it makes this level a lot easier. Otherwise, it was basically an optical illusion. But yeah, this texture just kills bitrate, but that's okay. We deal with it, we move on, we beat it fast. It's okay.
Get rolling.
I think we will jump straight to the goal. And there are 10 levels left in Standard.
Set, roll.
This is a really good Standard run so
Standard
far.
run? I wasn't gonna say anything.
Like, yeah, no, this one's...
No, I wasn't gonna say
Ridiculous.
anything, but like this has been incredible.
I think I've died like twice, maybe.
Yep.
Oh, no, I died a bunch to springs. Okay,
Oh,
without
right.
springs. Without springs, this would be like standard PvP base.
Are you
I don't know what it is besides that. I'm hoping I still sub 10.
I don't know, the springs. I'm gonna
Springs,
call
I spent a lot of time there.
I'm gonna say 1021.
I'm gonna say 10:05. This is also the virtual reality world. Probably my favorite world. You will see this world introduce a new gimmick once we get into challenge. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but it's very exciting. Yep. Careful corners moment.
I just want to say I love the fact that the goals in this world are floor-based goals instead of like the usual goal gates that we've seen up to now.
Yeah, it actually becomes really important in challenge too. Little strat there to skip over to the warp goal.
ready? Set,
You're into retro reflection. Whap. Which we can also skip a little bit of.
clear.
Solid time. That saved a couple seconds. Twisting tiles, this is one of the most important skips in the entire run. Saves boatloads of time.
I wanna say like 11 if you execute it perfectly.
Ready, set,
Yeah, that sounds right.
start.
Here's 4D. Gonna go for the bottom goal. Cool. And that is standard. 9:59, let's go!
Oh my god.
I barely sub-10'd it. Wow, that run without springs would have been so good. Alright, into challenge.
Are you ready?
This is the longest world in the run, so to speak. We'll be in Tranquility here for quite a while because it is 15 stages long in challenge and has no warp goals.
Clear.
Unlike in Cozy, where it is 15 stages long but has warp goals.
That's gonna be a theme with challenge. There aren't a lot of warp goals until later in the run.
Yeah, you don't really see any until the last third of the run or so. The last third of
Yeah.
challenge.
The first one's what, 40-ish?
Are you ready?
It's
Roll.
Crescents, which is
41.
somewhere around there. Yeah. I think it's like 46.
Roll.
Anyway, on doorways you saw... Well, on seesaws you saw seesaws, and on doorways you saw kind of sideways seesaws that basically act as doors.
Swish.
And we are going to abuse that when we get to dials in a little bit here. Which is right now, actually.
Start.
Going to... This is a bad angle. Can I back this up? Can I? Yes, okay, I landed on here. which means we can back this up. I completely did it wrong. Okay, fine, because that wasn't the actual strat anyway. This is bad too. Oh,
Start.
it's a pretty rough strat. So we want to hit the very outside of this doorway. This will work. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to hit the very outside of the doorway so that it would move very smoothly, and then we wanted to hit the inside of the next one so that it would move barely at all and we bounce off of it. Normally you're supposed to go into those dials, so you're supposed to move them, aim them toward where you want to go,
Oh,
go
yeah,
inside of them and use the boost pad on them to bounce you over to the next section. What are you about to say?
We forgot lives.
Yeah, I I
you,
remembered
man.
that like right as you were saying it too. I looked over at my lives and I saw 2, and I'm like, huh, that's a problem. Oh, okay, made it. It was a little bit scary.
Whoa!
Are you ready?
At the beginning of Adapter, I actually used the little hinge there on the seesaw to bounce myself up and skip part of the level. Very neat trick. Rollers is rollers. It's kind of boring. But this next level is Revolver, which is very not boring.
Roll.
Normally you're supposed to go into this twice, basically. Do it once like I did, go back up, do it again, so that the goal is level. But you don't have to. You just jump into the goal from the side, but you don't have to do that.
Ready, set, get rolling.
This level got much bigger recently. When it was first in the game, it was actually half the size it is now, which made it very difficult. It was a very thin seesaw path, pretty hard for lots of people, especially so early on in challenge. So they doubled the size of it.
Ready,
Bridge making is a rather unique level. Have to use some seesaws here, some sideways seesaws, so to speak, to move the bridge so that you can cross. If you do it perfectly, you only need to line it up once, like I did here. I'm gonna get myself
clear.
a 103. That is beautiful. Very good RTA time.
Ready, set,
We have some more seesaw shenanigans. Gonna lift the back side of this one up and then use it to gain some speed and skip the rest of the level.
let's get
Tilted
ready.
is
Get rolling.
nothing, really. It's just a level that we play. The shenanigans stop for a little bit.
Clear. Are you ready?
Bounce back
Get
reintroduces
rolling.
some seesaws and some bounce pads. Like so. The beginning of the challenge is not too difficult. There are a couple hard strats.
Set,
Seesaws is probably the worst, the very first level, because you want to full send it and get a 52, which I think I did in this run, which is awesome. We got some bounce pads here on canister. Hit these buttons to... Whoa!
clear.
Yep, we hit these buttons to make the ceiling move upwards, then eventually we reveal the goal and can hop in it. And we are now back in virtual reality, which in Challenge introduces the gravity mechanic. We have gravity floors, which are kind of like sticky floors in that they change your gravity, but they permanently change your gravity. They also don't slow you down. So you can probably see what I'm supposed to do here on Coil, but I'm going to do absolutely none of that. And have used some gravity floors and some level geometry to
Set, get rolling.
skip most of the stage. It goes too fast for me to explain. As does this level, I roll back, hit a gravity floor, which changes my gravity, and then I can fall through the rest of the level and land in the goal. We are very lucky. Whoa. Actually, I was going for a cycle there, but I sort of messed up, had to slow down, but I'm still getting a pretty decent one. We are very lucky that these goals are almost like frisbee golf goals,
Let's get ready.
that you can fly into them from any angle. Otherwise, a lot of these strats in this world would simply not be possible, like this one, where I bounced up and hit the goal from the bottom, or
Roll.
from the top? Yeah, I bounced, hit the top when it was upside down. That's what I did. Got the wheelie weird cycle.
Finish.
It's nice.
Thank you.
Ready.
Gravity corners is
Roll.
difficult. I usually just full send it, because if I don't, I still die. That went really well, first try. That's huge.
Are you ready?
There's this KP on Bent Clip, which I'm going to, as you can imagine, abuse the gravity. Sort of fling myself over at this goal. And there we go. 53 is a great time for that level.
Are you ready? Get rolling.
Change of pace, blah. Is once again going to abuse gravity. Yeah, that was a terrible setup for that. Oh no.
Get rolling.
Do you still have IL world record for this one?
Change of pace.
I know you did at one point.
I did. I haven't played this since I haven't played a lot of 0.5.2, to be honest.
Ready?
That's fair.
Get rolling.
Once the new update comes out, though, I'm going to be getting a lot of these back.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to deal with me about it, so.
Finish.
Well,
That's virtual reality, by the way. On Pop Quiz there, I hit the corner of that platform to bounce myself up and land on it, so I wouldn't overshoot it. And then, just some more gravity stuff. We are now back into Desert Ruins,
Clear.
which there will be time for donations soon here. Not quite yet, but pretty soon. I think after this level.
Set. Get rolling.
Normally, you'd have to, you know, just sort of play this level. Takes a long time, takes like 16 seconds. But if you do that, then it only takes 6. So,
Are you ready?
there
Get
is
rolling.
a really cool bounce we can do on Crumple. Just like that, skip a lot of the level.
Clear.
What's this next one? Yeah, I think we have time for like a donation.
Well, that's good because I do have one donation on me. We got a $5 donation from Quasi-Otter saying "rat" in capital letters.
Rat! Sorry.
Rat.
Oh, okay, we're going around the goal. Sure, whatever. Still a solid time.
Are you ready?
There
Roll.
is a tiny skip I can do here on Obstruction. I could also be risky and take a much larger skip, but I don't feel confident in doing that. The IL strat for this one, by the way, absolutely wild.
it's Peters now, right?
I don't know whose it is, but it's I don't even know how to describe it. It, like,
No,
jumps
no,
over,
there's
bounces
no-
against the wall, bounces against the stage, hops over the wall. Like, it's
So he looks at a 45 there, which is a really good RTA time. IL gets a 55, I believe.
Yeah. something like that.
Are you ready?
It's absurd.
Roll. Clear.
Twilight, the developer of this game, the main stage creator, has been experimenting with goal positions on Watch Your Step, and every time we have just destroyed the stage and gotten into the goal in 4 seconds. I think she's given up at this point.
Get rolling.
Pattern actually is still one of the more difficult levels, especially if your wire movement isn't great, but it used to be even worse.
Yeah.
Clear.
There will be more changes to this game as time goes on. Like I said, it is in early access still.
Roll.
Pyramid of Pain is a really cool strat. You can see, you know, this huge structure that I'm supposed to... This isn't gonna work. Yeah. Huge structure that I'm supposed to climb. But I just don't wanna. I'm speedrunning here. So I'm gonna use this platform to fling me up to the top.
Finish.
There we go. That level is so hard, it was making my game lag again.
Ready. Set. Start.
Why do I always get lag when I'm doing marathons and never any other time? This is so strange. I thought I figured out what the issue was. Whatever, we'll deal with it. I think we'll be okay.
Ready.
There's some more wind here. It's gonna push me up. But...
Swish.
there we go, yeah. Just maneuver it perfectly, avoid all the platforms, avoid all the bars,
Set.
and fly into the goal. Treacherous Trap is pretty straightforward.
Clear.
Just some wind to deal with. Not a huge deal. Nothing super duper difficult. Oh yeah, this world also introduces holes. Basically we're thinking with portals now.
Finish. Are you ready?
This strat's probably going to scare everybody, including myself. Well, especially if I fail it.
Roll.
The lag is gone. It's helpful. There we go.
Finish. Ready. Set. Get rolling.
There are a few different strats that relax back. Interesting. A few different strats that we have theory crafted on Beholden. None of them are quite RTA viable just yet. I think they might be down the line.
Are you ready?
Eventually.
Conservation is cool.
Roll.
We're supposed to turn around, gain some speed using those holes, but if you play the level right, you don't have to do that. You can make it up in one shot.
Are you ready?
Dumbbell has a really difficult skip that I want to show it off. I'm probably not going to get it. I'll go for it once. Wow, I nailed it. What? That's not normal.
I also want to point out that's Dumbbell IL.
Oh. Okay, I got IL record in the marathon.
Good job.
Cool.
Finish.
I don't even know what to say at this point.
Get rolling.
Foursquare is a really intimidating like contraption, but you don't have to. Is that Foursquare IL? It's closed.
What'd you get?
85,900.
That's Foursquare IL beating out yourself and Susie and T-Lore. That's Foursquare
Hey,
IL
two.
by 3 frames.
That's 2 IL records. That was I don't know. It seemed really fast, and I was like, okay. Anyway,
Yeah. You had it.
yeah. This is ice. You know, ice caves introduces ice. It makes sense. When you're on ice, there's very little friction, so you can go really fast. It's a normally in games, you know, you see ice and you're like, oh no, an ice level, but in this game it's used really well. It's really fun.
Are you ready?
So it's 48. 48's the first work goal. Okay, yeah.
Wow.
So here's the first work goal of challenge. Looking at the speedometer, I think I have barely enough speed to make this. Yeah, we're good.
Swish.
Beautiful. That one is rough. If you miss it, then you start going into some difficult backups, and you can very quickly waste a bunch of time. I'm gonna go for a really fast strat here on Churn. Gonna try to pull out a 53. Oh, I didn't even make it up. Well,
Get rolling.
I slowed down just a little bit too much. If I don't slow down, I get a bunch of height, and I don't particularly want that. Yo, 53.1? That's probably Churn IL.
Are you
I keep having to come back to the sheet. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm kind of destroying these IL records in the middle of a marathon somehow.
clear?
Yeah, I mean, keep going.
Even in practice, I've never done that strat that fast. That was awesome. I'm kind of glad I didn't get it the first time. More ice here to help me get up those hills. Thank you for checking the IL sheet for me.
No worries.
Get rolling.
After that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Roll.
I nudged the wall as I was falling, so that kind of ruined my angle here. That's what I was trying to do.
Are you ready? Get rolling.
Skate tricks, because we can build up a bunch of speed on ice, we can basically just skip the level. You see it.
Ready?
This run is going to wrap up pretty quickly because there are 2 work goals skipping 3 stages total in the next world, and then we're into the last one. So, time is coming up soon-ish. It will be when I hit the goal on level 75, which will be Super Slide. And we are now into Haunted Grounds. This level doesn't really have a gimmick.
Ready?
There are some neat stages in it for sure. Its gimmick is that there are more warp goals. Okay, I thought about trying to skip the entirety of cut floors, but I didn't quite have a good speed or angle at it, so...
Ready? Set.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to slow down and do the movement on cut floors. Nice. I went for a clip there and just went way too deep on it. But if you can clip off some level geometry and skip parts of the level, that's usually what you want to do. It's just kind of a rule of thumb for Marvel games.
Are you ready?
So here's Sauce. I'm going to do a specific setup found by Cyclops Dragon, who had that incredible task showcase right before this, actually. I'm going to hold up until 53 flat on the timer, and then once I hit the wall here, I'm going to hold down, and then adjust into the goal.
Clear.
That's a red goal at a 45, and that will skip 2 levels.
Roll.
We're going to be at another warp goal again very soon here. Gimmick of this world is ghosts, I see Recentra saying in chat, which is, yeah, I suppose. gonna try to land straight in the goal here. This looks like an okay setup. Yes, got it. Okay, that's really hard. That's a terrible angle. So I'm glad that I'm getting consistent at that, because that saves a ton of time. Like 6 seconds on an average. Maybe closer to 5 seconds on an average archway. Also, yeah, you can use the wall there to clip yourself through that other wall. And just sort of not have to play the level. Oh no, I hopped off too early on Swervy Pistons. So yeah, you're right. The gimmick of that world is Ghost, because you can be a ghost and go through the wall. That was weird. Anyway, yeah, this is the last world. There are now 9 levels left to play. There are no warp goals in this final world. We do have to play all of them. 54? Beautiful. Teacups took a little bit to load there. That's normal. Lots of level and some meshes and stuff. I wanted to go right in the goal there, but good enough. Sunken Wire, if I do a down left input at the right time and maybe adjust a little bit, then I can fall directly into the goal, but it is quite difficult. That's not going to work. I wish I better understood the timing for this. That'll work. Cool.
I think with you mentioning loads, it's good to bring up that this game is timed in IGT, so loads like that don't actually affect your time.
Yep, and menuing doesn't affect the time either, in between courses. Because for all courses, we just add up the IGT of the 3 difficulties. 3 courses. Back and Forth actually used to be the end of Standard, but it was swapped with 40, and now 40, as you saw earlier, of course, is the end of Standard. Solid change, in my opinion. It also makes Super Slide the last level of Challenge, as 40 used to be the last level, which is very fitting, in my opinion. This level lags naturally. This is, for once, not my computer being weird. That will be fixed in the next patch, I believe. So, look forward to that. We got just 3 levels left. This is one of my favorites, Freestyler. Been around since Monkey Ball, the Monkey Ball ROM hack. And it's just fun. Fun level to mess around on. We've got platforms here. And you can see what I'm supposed to do. But the platforms line up in such a way that I can basically hit all the last 3 in one shot. And this is the final level. Time is coming up when I enter the goal. And it is a very fitting final level, like I alluded to earlier. Going to do a ridiculous stunts. Gonna use some focus mode here to help me out. Use the Skyd here, and in time. That was a good challenge. 1903 is really good.
Yeah. 1903 is killing
That
it.
was a solid run.
Just nailing it all around. How far is that off world record? Let me see. That's 30 seconds off world record.
What is my RTA time?
Well, Helix, you are looking at a 35:12.
Yeah, that's like a minute off world record. That's pretty darn good. If not, yeah. I mean, the most of the minute was in Cozy as well. Thanks for the GGs, everyone. I appreciate it. I am not done. My incentive was, in fact, met. Let me click back into the game here so that we get audio again. Which means I will be going into practice mode. Yeah. I'm going to be showing off some of the more difficult levels. Culmination,
Heck
we'll come
yeah.
back to. I'm going to start here with Gyro Engine. This is a stage not made by Twilight, but actually made by Kutzman, who developed Super Monkey Ball Gaiden, which was heavily showcased in that incredible test we just saw.
This is very true. And remember, folks, this is what you put your money towards. So let's see some more awesomeness and keep it going, because we are indeed raising money for a wonderful cause.
So, it is not uncommon for me to die on these levels. Like I said, they're very difficult. I also have not practiced them nearly as much as, the actual run, because they're not in arcade mode yet. I imagine they will be at some point, but right now they are practice mode exclusive, but they're still very fun to play. And they do count for ILs.
Yes.
So, if you're playing this game and want to do some ILs, you can play the levels that aren't in arcade mode. We are tracking those. There will be an in-game leaderboard soon as well. There's Gyro Engine, but
Start.
I want to show off the skip. I'm probably not gonna get it, but I will at least show the idea of it.
Get rolling.
Did go super underestimate, so I'm not worried about time at all.
Rolling.
But I will try to keep it under 10 minutes, given that that was what I gave for this. Ah.
Roll.
Although I made the mistake of not starting a local timer. So if you need to tell me last level or something later, go ahead.
This skip is ruthless.
Almost made it. Okay, I'm gonna move on. You get the idea. It's a really cool skip.
Set.
Also, sorry, Op, I haven't like let you get words in.
That's okay. I've just been sitting here enjoying the run as we all have. It's such a fun run to watch, and seeing this be the natural evolution from Super Monkey Ball and kind of bringing it back into the spotlight. It's just this game, seeing how it's grown so far, and the speedrunning community really has been popping off in such a short amount of time. It's been awesome.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, indeed. And to think that we've come from monkey to hedgehog to rat.
God, Rat is my favorite. I am so happy Morris won. I'm unapologetically a Morris stan.
I think I just first tried planeswalking.
Yeah, you did. That's actually ridiculous.
Ready. Set.
Quick shout out to Peas, by the way.
True. Please SMP, Banana Blitz, you love to see it.
Mhm. So there is the beginning of silly structure. Oh no. That
Roll.
was rude. Yeah, big skip on this one. There's like a maze here that you can. What was that? Why did I go backwards? Game, are you okay?
That felt like it.
Okay.
Roll.
As I was trying to explain, there's like a maze here that I'm basically just skipping. Oop, okay. The end of this, I am very prone to falling off on. There we go, we should be fine.
Clear.
The IL strat for that is not consistent enough for me to really show off, but I have enough time actually to show you what the idea is, so I will do that quick. Okay, whatever. You keep your speed there, you bounce on some of these, you bounce off of this wall here, go back, and then, you know, right alongside one of these, clip off of this, and then go in the goal. Bounce over this wall, go into the goal. It's absurd. It's so difficult. Moving on to the Cure. This level actually used to be extremely difficult, unintentionally, because 1, the wind was very strong, and 2, some platforms were misplaced. It's a bit better now. Still pretty hard. Part I'm the worst at, yeah.
Start.
I'm the worst at that part because I don't usually play it, and I will show you why in a little bit, after I beat it once. Easiest for me to just... Yeah, I made it. Just full send it. So yeah, this wind used to be a lot stronger. Oh, please go in. Thank you.
Finish.
There is a built-in skip on this level. I am barely gonna make the cycle. Cool. Drop down here, enter that portal, and skips off the level. The wind doesn't always work when you're entering the portal. But it doesn't. It's not a huge deal. Moving on to Wire to You.
Set. Start.
Wait, what
I'm
sound did
sure
you just get on Silly Structure?
on Silly Structure?
Oh,
I
sorry, my
wasn't
brain is...
past.
Nope, don't worry.
On the Cure, you
Brain's
mean?
full. Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
the time you got is like identical to the Silly Structure time, so my brain just went, numbers line up, yes? It's my bad.
Whoa, I'm back. Yeah, you can see lots of thin wires here on this level.
Clear.
I just destroyed it like first try again. Oops. I'm sure, like, just looking at this level, you can theory craft some skips. And the main skip that we would do in RTA is probably that, but better.
Roll.
That, but actually, you know, do it correctly.
The IL for this level is 86,791.
Is that by me?
No, that is by Susie.
Oh, okay. I did a skip on this level, but I think it was last patch. Wait, was it?
I can
It
check
might
the
have been
previous
this
boards
patch.
for you.
It might have been this patch. Which means someone beat it, which would be absurd. Anyway, there's the skip. The IL looks something like this. And I'm not going to get a good attempt at it because it takes a lot of grinding to get one. But you can sort of see what I'm going for here.
Your submission was last patch,
Oh, okay.
and the current patch time actually does beat it.
Wow, I'm gonna have to look at I'm curious as to what it does. Probably does what I was trying to do. Anyway, moving on to what I intend to be the final level of this showcase, unless I need to fill more time, because I doubt I'm going the full 10 minutes with how well I've been playing. But this is Culmination. This level is from Monkey Ball, the ROM hack I mentioned earlier, developed by Twilight. It was the final level of story mode. It is the final level of story mode inside ROM hack. It's really hard. That's all there is to say about it. You can see it's this huge gauntlet of stuff. You get 70 seconds to complete it, which is actually more time than you got in the ROM hack, which was 60 seconds. I speedrun that ROM hack as well. Well, I speedrun Monkey Ball too. That is Monkey Ball past tense. It's not just saying gauntlet of stuff, aka my bedroom floor. Same. One last thin wire here. And then this very intimidating goal. It's going to be in a favorable position at about 15 seconds. It is. Cool. Should I fill more time? I mean, I can. That's all I had planned, but I can, like, totally do more. There are more levels in Vortex here that I haven't gotten to yet. Helix. There's a level called Helix.
Let's have Chat answer that one. Chat, do you want to see one more?
Yeah. One more. Oh, I have to pick a good one. Which one is like a really good one?
In Vortex?
It could be anywhere, just anyone that we didn't see in the run.
I think planet hopping really shows off what you can do with gravity and how far that gimmick's gonna push this game. Just because it's something so unique to this game that was never present in Monkey Ball.
Chat's yelling one more rat, so we can do one more. Alright, it won't take long either. So planet hopping. Let's see if I can remember how to do the strat.
I believe.
Oh.
Close. You can see where I'm aiming toward. I'm aiming toward that last planet over there. Am I getting yelled at to stop? Are you trying to interject, Tempest?
Hang on, I'm just waiting for an executive decision here, real fast.
It's like, I totally can.
No, that's
But I know I'm under. Doesn't matter, I got the strat anyway.
Let's
Yay.
go.
Alright, I'll get out of your hair now.
No, that's fine. I was just a little confusion, but hey, it happens to the best of us. Thank you so much though for showing off the hard levels, and thank you very much for closing off our Monkey Ball block with a wonderful, wonderful game that I honestly hope to step in at some point or another, because this just looks fun, and I look forward to seeing where newer versions will go.
Me too. This game has a very bright future, and I'm really excited to see where it will go. Yeah, that is all for me. Shoutouts to Mistop, my commentator. Go follow her, twitch.tv/Mistop. That is Op, AWP. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at Helix13_. Don't forget the underscore. As I said at the beginning of this, Helix13 is probably somebody else. Shout out to Midwest Speedfest. I got their shirt on. That's the marathon group that I'm part of. Most marathons and all that. Kind of like this one. Shout out to Fastest First staff. You all are putting on a fantastic event. It looks like we are raising lots of money for a great cause, which is really awesome to see. Thank you all for donating, for the bid war, for the showcase, for everything else. Shout out to the Rolled Out community. You can check out their website at rolledoutgame.com. I believe there's a link to the Discord there as well. Check out this game. It's only $20 right now. It is in early access, but you get all these levels, there's custom levels being made, there's more content being added soon. Yeah, the Discord is absolutely the place to be. If you want to learn this game, hit me up, hit Op Up. That's it for me. I'm getting out of here. Thank you all again. Have a great night, everyone.